The Game Boy, Nintendo's first portable gaming handheld brought upon to the consumers in '89. This behemoth of a handheld was pretty amusing at the time. So amusing that the thing needed 4 AA batteries for this thing to work, and without replacing them can make the batteries corrode over time, making the Game Boy a dangerous hazard. And most of all, it's hard to play this thing due to its screen, the fucking puke green screen. Aside from that, the Game Boy was the answer to bring gaming anywhere you go. This was before the Switch or the Steam Deck even, or PC handhelds in general, but you can take it outside, you can take it to your friend's house, take it to the bathroom with you while you take a shit. Alongside with the Game Boy comes a plethora of games, from platformers, shoot 'em ups, puzzle games, and even full-blown RPGs. But man, fuck that. The Game Boy was famous for Tetris, first produced in the Soviet Union and was brought overseas by Nintendo. And how the Soviets and Nintendo made it happen was extremely crazy. Tetris as a whole is the most popular and influential games of all time, objectively. And I can talk about the history of the Game Boy and how it influenced the handheld market, but really it's not that deep. Just think of it like innovation as the years went by, so let's get straight to the point. Super Mario Land. IndieAnjelo from YouTube.com. You may ask, what the fuck is Super Mario Land and why the hell do I have to buy a Game Boy just to play it? Well, because it has Mario in it, right? And this is Mario's first entry in the handheld space. And this is a weird and experimental Mario game at that. Sure, it has the familiar mechanics and level design just like its predecessors, but it was on the Game Boy, so the tech was very limited at the time. They couldn't really do much, but they succeeded with this title in a way. And also, Super Mario Land was made without the involvement of Miyamoto, so there's that. Notable examples are the controls. People would criticize how stiff Mario moves in this game, but I like to make a controversial statement and say that you guys are not real Mario fans. You guys are too comfortable with Mario's movement before this game, excluding Mario Bros 2 of course. You guys cannot grasp the challenge the game holds in terms of the movement of Mario, even master it as well. What I'm basically trying to say is you guys are not real gamers, okay? Don't give me that, the controls are not what I expected in a Mario game. It's not perfect, but it does the job. Like, come on, man. Sure, they vastly improved it in Mario Land 2, but it doesn't hit the same like it did in Mario Land. It's sort of unique in a charming way, and again, this was Mario's first game on the Game Boy. If the developers managed to emulate Mario's movement in this game, then good shit. Honestly, this game was made by the same developers that made Metroid for the NES, including Kid Icarus. They got a really good track record. Another thing that people complain about this game are the graphics. I mean, they're okay. I think they look pretty good for the Game Boy, so I don't see anything wrong with them. Onto the actual game. The power-ups are definitely interesting. You got the mushroom which makes Mario big, and then you get the super ball flower that gives Mario the ability to throw balls. And finally, the star power-up, which plays a cool rendition of Can whenever you get it. As for the enemies, the Goombas, or Goombos as they're called in the game, function as normal, but the Koopas, or the bombshell Koopas, function differently. They're not your traditional Koopas where you kick their fucking useless shells, but they actually explode, right? When I first played this game a long time ago, this caught me by surprise because I am so autistically familiar with the Mario games. I expected them to function like Koopas, but no, they straight up just explode after stomping on them. It's crazy. The same goes for the other enemies that you encounter in this game. First time you're jumping over piranha plants, and then you're stomping on Easter Island heads running towards you like a bunch of crackheads about to kill you for some change. This game has a lot of weird and interesting enemies. I'll probably get into that later in this video. For the locations in this game, it's not the Mushroom Kingdom this time around. Mario's in a new locale called Sarasa Land, and the new damsel in distress is named Daisy, who needs saving from Tatanga, an alien. I'm glad they made her into a tomboy, not just Peach 2.0 later on in the Mario series. I want Daisy to beat me up. In order to save Daisy, you gotta go through each level the game throws at you. There's Bita Voodoo Kingdom, Muda Kingdom, Eastern Kingdom, and the Chai Kingdom. And before I go any further, the game does have bonus levels if you manage to take the top exit in each level, which brings you to the aforementioned bonus game. The exit that's below the top just brings you to the next level. Now, starting with Birobudo Kingdom. It's basically a basic bitch world taking Mario through the desert. The boss for this world is basically a Bowser fight from Mario 1. That thing it's literally the axe for the Bowser fight in Mario 1. They're not original with this shit, they're not slick. Muda World is just your average water type level where skeleton fish come jumping from the water and seahorses shooting at you. This world also introduces a shmup level, a first in the Mario series. You can also see some UFOs that are sunken underwater, leaving some interpretation for the world building of this game, or I'm looking into it too deep like a retard. And you get to fight a big seahorse boss. Epic. Eastern Kingdom is wild as fuck because of the amount of Easter Island heads I keep seeing, especially these fuckers. They're unhinged considering their speed. You got an Easter Island head with wings and these guys who throw boulders at you. Actually, these boulders are quite useful since you can stand on top of them. You get to kill spiders in this cave level if you're arachnophobic. The boss in this world, however, is underwhelming since you can sort of cheese your way past this thing and end the fight altogether. In my opinion, they didn't even try with this boss. They could have done something cool, maybe like a bunch of Easter Island heads coming at you, trying to get you while the big guy himself throws boulders at you. I don't know, that'd be interesting, right? And now finally, Chai Kingdom. Everything about this level just screams China to me, from the jumping Chinese people, the Chinese background, the song itself. Is Nintendo telling us something? The final level of this world just fucks off from the Chinese aesthetic and takes Mario up in the sky in his plane. Another shmup level, and honestly the best way to end this game. The last part of this game is very generous with the amount of coins you can get, potentially getting you a 1-up, and giving you the chance to get a mushroom before the final boss. Just don't get fisted by these guys. You first fight a cloud, and I think I lost to this thing a few times, but I got through it. After that, you come face to face with the man himself, Tatanga, in his big ship. For its time, I think this was a pretty tense fight. He shoots a big ball which disintegrates into 3 balls, and he does this at a fast pace. But once you kill him, Mario finally meets up with Daisy after being trolled like what, 3 times? And they both go into Mario's ship and they head home so Mario can pollinate Daisy, if you know what I mean. The end. So yeah, that was Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. A good imitation of Super Mario Bros. And it was primitive, yes, but the developers managed to make a portable Mario game. From the minimalistic graphics, gameplay, and music, especially the first level song. I think the game itself is a renowned achievement of taking something familiar but making compromises in order to make a good product, which is Super Mario Land.
It's a Mario.
But before I end this video, I want to talk about what inspired me to do this video in the first place, but I like it when Nintendo would take the Mario IP and just experiment more by taking Mario and putting him in different environments, situations, and the likes. For example, Super Mario Sunshine.
Get fucked.
Where Mario goes on a trip, Mario then gets framed for spewing shit all over Delfino Island, a new place in the world for him to explore. With the flood thing, players taking part in this new place where you can utilize some of Mario's moves from 64. But with the addition of flood making the game actually fun. Seeing new species of enemies to some extent are fucking weird. The levels are cool to explore and carefully designed, making them have unique characteristics to them. Super Mario Galaxy takes Mario to outer space for fuck's sakes, where you go to planet, introducing the gravity mechanic. Yes, Mario's moveset was limited, but that doesn't take away from the world building and story we got from this game. New items and enemies, new levels to explore, and this is the game where they introduces Rosalina for the first time. And the sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, expands on all of that. But IndieAnjelo, are you forgetting something? What about the RPG games? Bro, I fuck with the RPG games like Paper Mario, Mainly the first 3 because again it puts Mario in different situations and environments you wouldn't see in a traditional Mario game. Especially the writing and world building in these games are really good. Sure, all of these games involve Mario rescuing Peach from Bowser. They all end this way, but the experience throughout in some of these games are different. I like it when Nintendo tries something new and still keep the same formula. The Super Mario formula. And sure, New Super Mario Bros. Was a very good game, a very good DS game at that. But after that, we entered in the era of playing it too safe where we got slop after slop during the 3DS and Wii U generation. These games are piss boring, uninspiring, and bland. This went on for far too long until the Switch era, where we got Super Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Wonder. 2 good Mario games where they tried something new with them but using the same Mario formula once again. I really do recommend playing these games because they're really fun. I know I'm going too much with this autistic rant, but I'm glad Nintendo acknowledged this problem of playing it too safe. And now they're improving upon that despite Nintendo being fucking retarded as of late. I'll admit, they make good games but are terrible with the consumers. But this brings me back to Super Mario Land. Sure, it's just Super Mario Bros. On the Game Boy, but it's cool that they managed to do a bit of world building in this game. With Sarasa Land, Daisy and the likes, even for a portable game of all things. And the land games later expanded to Super Mario Land 2 where Wario made his first appearance, leading him to getting his own series, Wario Land, which is a whole nother can of worms on its own. So yeah, that's the Super Mario Land review. I'm IndieAnjelo, and if you like this video, like it or dislike it, comment down below and subscribe for more shit like this in the future. Give me another 7 months. I don't know. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Ciao.
Gee, it sure is hot out here. My armpits are sweaty. I don't know who would ever want to smell them. Hey Mario, want a sniff? Tee hee.